Assalamu Alaikum everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a great day. It's been a while. It's been almost, I think, a month and a bit since I've actually posted a video, and it wasn't by choice. I wish I could post every single day, but I haven't been well. Between work, first it was work that just took a lot of my time, and so didn't have the time to put anything together. But the last few weeks I've not been well at all. You probably could tell, from my voice that it's not, it's not clear completely yet. But inshallah, Alhamdulillah, I'm getting to there at the moment. And thank you so much for everyone that reached out to me, that have been, looking out for me. So I genuinely appreciate that. And this is one of the reasons why I love doing this, because I love sharing my journey with you guys, because of how much you guys care about for one another, and how much actually, you appreciate what we do here every single week. So thank you so much to all of you. And what I'm going to do today is go over the portfolio, because it's been a while. I've actually shared the portfolio with the community on the Discord. I'll put the link on the Discord. If you haven't join us there. It's a free Discord, so you don't need to go through the Patreon account. If you want to join us in the Patreon account, and of course help the channel, that's more than, you're more than welcome to do that. Inshallah, that would be a great thing. But you don't need to do that if you just want to join the Discord, where a lot of brothers are sharing very good practices. They share their portfolios, they talk about what they're buying, what they're selling, why they're buying, why they're selling, and things like that. So I'll put the link in the description. Inshallah, you can join them just for free, inshallah. So let's just back up a little bit and just talk about generally who am I, what am I doing here. I've been investing over the last 5 years. I've been sharing this portfolio over the last 4 years, I think. I think this October will be about 4 years. I've been investing over the last 5 years. I've genuinely enjoyed it. It is one of the best things I've ever done in my life. The reason I started this Sharia-compliant side of things is also to share my journey with the community. I am not a financial guru. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a regular guy who has a regular job. It basically saves every single month and invests the difference between, like whatever's left over of my money. I've been doing that for the last 5 years. This is one of the portfolios that I own. I have a family portfolio. I've got this one. I've got a property that I bought while we were actually been doing this. I've shared the community when I bought my first property. Alhamdulilah, I will announce something soon as well. I've got another one in the pipeline. I'm paying off the last installment this month, inshallah. So everything I'm doing here, I'm just is me sharing my journey. It's not just to show off and just say I'm a financial guru or anything like that. What you see right now is my actual portfolio. This is not a fake, and it has not been one of the reasons, by the way, I started this whole thing was there was not that many people online sharing their portfolios that were talking about Sharia compliant. So that's when I started doing it myself. I thought, let me just share it with the community. And there's now 10,000 of you guys out there that subscribe to the channel, which is absolutely amazing. So let's continue building this community as much as we can, inshallah. And yes, you also share your journey. If you've got your portfolio, just put it on the Discord, inshallah. Share with the brothers and sisters out there, the community, just to help other people out there, and just focus on Sharia compliance side of things. And there's a lot of companies out there, but you can still make good money. You can still actually do well despite even if you just buying Sharia compliant ETFs. Even if you buy, I think I was looking at one of the a friend of mine who's got a portfolio, and I was looking at their portfolio recently, and they've been investing about 9 months. Just bought a couple of ETFs and one individual stock. We were talking about it today. They're up 24%. So even if you just buy Sharia compliant ETFs, you're still doing absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my journey with you guys. I'm going to talk about the dividends that we received for the month of January, for the month of September. I'm going to also share at the end of the video and how much we made in August. I'm going to talk about each individual company and how much they paid us and all of that stuff. And then at the end of the video, inshallah, we're going to do a little bit of buying, because we do have about £444, £47 for the pence, which came from, some of it came from dividends that I received in the last couple of days, and that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. So in terms just looking at generally where we are in terms of the market side of things, a year to date right now we are up about 13% when it comes to S&P 500, which is absolutely a lot. no, this is actually Dow Jones. So let's add the S&P 500. Where is the S&P 500? There we go. So we got the S&P 500, which is basically what we were looking at, to be fair. And Dow Jones is about 9%, 16% when it comes to Nasdaq, which has done absolutely amazing. And then FTSE 100, 12%, to over 12%, which is absolutely wonderful. Now, almost in October now, let's see what happens in the next couple of months. But we could be up, we could be down. I genuinely don't care. In the end of the day, my philosophy has always been buy high quality companies for the long run, hold them, and just leave it alone. Ignore the noise and just ride it. Just enjoy the journey. Like, what else can you do? It's definitely not worth stressing about the individual stocks and whether they go up or they go down. If you bought high quality business and you know you're going to hold them for quite some time, then why do you have to worry about individually, like basically every single week, right? I bought Visa a long time ago and I'm up quite a bit, over £1,000-something. And as you can see, a year to date is actually up about over 7%. The dividend yield is very small, so that means they are a dividend growth company, in my opinion. They're one of the best out there. And they've paid me £7.44. Like I said, I'm not buying this company. So my portfolio, and I'm going to talk about it in another video. I don't want to make this video longer, but I'm going to talk about the basically how the portfolio is divided, because I do have dividend companies that I bought for the dividends only. I also have companies that are dividend growth companies, which is like Visa. I also have a growth companies that still pay dividends. So it's mixture of companies, and every company has a purpose in this portfolio. It's all intentional. Okay, that's Visa for the first one. Now, as we go along, what you would see is the holdings, how much I have. So at the time of recording, this is how much of Visa basically I had when I put the video together, basically. Union Pacific is the next one. They paid me £30.68, 2.3% when it comes to that dividend yield. When it comes to the year to date, and 2.5% when it comes to that dividend yield, which is quite nice. So you get 2.5%, and then the stock appreciates every single year, which is quite good. And they are growing that dividend, which is quite nice. So right now, I haven't added. I think I've added to it. In fact, I have in September. So I will share that with you guys at the end of the video, how many shares I bought. It went down quite a bit recently, so I bought a little bit more. The next company that we're looking at today that paid me is Cummins. Cummins has been a dark horse in my portfolio. It's one of the companies that done really amazing, like over the last couple of years. I've even took some profit off the table. I think at one point I had closer to 20 shares. I sold a few just to take some profit, but then it kept growing, and it's one of those companies you'll probably, if you ask 70% of the investors out there, probably would not know what this company does. But I've got a video plan, inshallah, where I'm going to break down the business for this company and so on, because it's such a dark horse. It's done absolutely amazing job. It's got 1.9% when it comes to dividend yield, up about 19%, almost 20% this year, and they paid me £15.25. The next one is S&P Global. This one is now actually undervalued, in my opinion. I'm looking at it again, potentially adding to it. £9.65 is what they paid me. Dividend yield is less than 1%. Now, they are a dividend king because they have been paying that dividend over 50 plus years. Absolutely wonderful. One of my biggest holdings. Love the business model. Would love to buy more, inshallah, in the next few months. Next one is Hershey. Hershey did an absolutely amazing job. Remember about a year ago this time, we were talking about how terrible it is. People were saying, oh, they're going to run out of businesses. Mr. Beast is going to take profit from this company, all of that rubbish. And look at it now. It's almost 11% up, 2.88% dividend yield, almost to £40 in terms of dividends. It's done an amazing job. It's bouncing back. I think I'm still in the red, but in the next couple of months, if it continues this way, I'm sure I will be in the green. And to be fair, I'm just going to collect the dividends and enjoy. I'm not really too basically bothered about whether it's in the red or not. If it actually goes down, I'll buy more. That's the plan. Home Depot is one of those companies I wish I bought more of early on, but Alhamdulilah, it is what it is. 5%, 5.5% up this year. Dividend yield of 2.2%, £20, over £20 in terms of dividends I've received from this company. It's been consistently paying this dividend for a long time. Excellent free cash flow. It's been around for a long time. This is probably one of the steady Eddie companies. You get your 4%, 5% in terms of revenue growth, in terms of EPS growth every single year. So we'll see. We'll see how it ends up, but right now I think it's expensive. It's been expensive for quite some time, so I'm not touching this. But I've done well over the. I'll share with you guys how much I'm up or down on each individual company that I have at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't pressed that like button, please do so. We've been away for quite some time, so the algorithm is sort of kind of forgotten about us. So if you can press that like button and comment on on the comment section, tell us what you've been buying, what you've been selling over the last few months, inshallah, that would be wonderful. Next one is Eli Lilly, very new to the portfolio, down about 7% a year to date. Dividend yield is very, very small. Again, it's another dividend growth company. £3.77 is what they paid us, which is absolutely fine. This is one of the companies that I bought because it was down a lot at one point, and yeah, if it goes down, we buy more because it's a very high quality business. Talking about high quality business, Broadcom is one of my favorite companies. I've made so much money on this company, £7,688 after taking so much profit. I think I'm up over 600% or 500 something percent over the last whatever years, which is absolutely amazing. A year to date performance, there's nothing like it, 44%, which is ridiculous. Dividend yield, I was buying this company, I've always said, or when it had a dividend yield of 3%. You can tell how much basically it's gone up since then. £13.12 is basically what I've been paid. I think I own 30 shares of this company. I'll check at the end. Reckitt has done absolutely amazing this year, almost 15% up. Another one that was forgotten. People were saying, why are you holding this company and so on. Look at that dividend, look at the dividend yield. On top of that, you gain about 15% this year, which is really, really good. I think I'm in the green now. I think I am in the green. We'll check that in a second. So yeah, really great company. Rio Tinto, one of my all-time dividend companies. This is not here for the growth. Okay, although they're actually not bad at all. They're up 2% this year to date, which is not, of course, a wonderful thing. But the dividend yield is the reason I've bought this company is for the dividends. But if I can get price appreciation on top of that, that would be absolutely wonderful. So like I said, every company in this portfolio has a purpose. Basically, it's the reason why it has a purpose in this portfolio. So £144.47, which is wonderful to see, to be honest with you. The next one is UPS, probably the worst performing company that I've ever had in this portfolio. 34% almost down this year. Dividend yield 3.8% because the stock's down so much. My average is like 150 or whatever it is these days. Dividend received is £67. So what am I doing with this? I'm really not basically doing anything with this company right now. I'm holding on to it. The growth expectations is actually decent. They're expecting to grow, I can't remember the numbers, but they were decent. I think about 6-7%, if not higher, for the next couple of years. They basically sorted out their margins because of Amazon is now sort of out of the picture. So we'll see how things plan out, but in the end of the day, I don't really care what's happening right now. I'm gonna hold on to it. And the fact is, by the way, if some of you think this is not Sharia compliant, don't use the market cap of 12 months, because otherwise you're going to lose a lot of money every single month. Okay, there is a different, if you go to Zoya, they have a different basically settings. There is one for 24 months and then 36 months as well. If you use the average market cap for basically for the last 24 months or 36 months, this company is still Sharia compliant. So just to let you know. Next one is AstraZeneca, one of my favorite companies when it comes to UK based companies. Is almost about 7%, 2.17 when it comes to that dividend yield, over £30 in terms of dividends that I've received. Again, pharmaceutical companies have not done well this year, but this is all right. 13% is not actually bad. That's actually wrong. So that is the correct number. Okay, but this is the US version of it, but it doesn't matter. It's still about 7%. But it's still about 13% up. Okay, now this is how much I've received in dividends. So £466.65. So that's how much we received in the month of September, which is absolutely amazing. That's closer to what I get from my property. Okay, now that works out £625 dollars. When you add the two together, so the rental income is £506 plus the dividends we received this month, £972. Now, I've always said to you guys, my aim is not just to buy whatever, high flying companies, whatever. I have a plan, and my plan is inshallah to live off these investments at some point, whether it's the rental properties or the dividends. Inshallah, combine the two together, it should be able to give me that passive income that I need to be able to retire early if I need to, or do other things if I want to, or even just to have that income and just do whatever I want to do with. Okay, so that's the long-term plan. That's why I do not buy high flying companies. I'm not worried about cryptos, and I'm not worried about penny stocks. I'm not worried about IPOs. All of these things are just noise to me. I'm buying companies that I know well, like they will be around for quite some time. They've been around for quite some time. They pay that consistent dividends. They've got growing revenues, growing EPS, free cash flows, and in terms of return on invested capital, they're probably one of the best companies in the world, and so on. There's a reason why I'm buying these companies, because I just want to sleep well at night knowing that my investments will do the job. All I have to do is keep working hard at my job, keep saving, and invest everything I can, and that's it. And inshallah it will pay off. Right now it might be 1,000, but in a few years down the line, we've been on this journey about 5 years now, and if we be making about £1,000, inshallah this time next year we could make 1,500, and then let the compound effect take place. Okay, so let's see how it goes, inshallah. That's the long-term plan. Now for the month of August, this is the companies that paid us, and this is how much we got paid. Okay, so I just paused it. You can pause the video, have a look at that. £122.61 is basically what we received. Overall, this is where we are. So since 2020, 21, 22, and 2, 2023, 2024, 2025, this is where we are. We've now actually got, by this end of September, we've received more than we did the whole year last year. The whole year last year was about 1,900. Right now we're over basically over £2,000. So we still have December. December is one of the biggest. I say December because it's the one of the biggest, but we still have October and November. But December is the one month where I receive a lot. Inshallah, we look forward to that. Let's see how that goes. So yeah, so far over £2,000 for this year. We beat the target, which was basically to beat last year's amount. And yeah, let's see where we end up, inshallah. And the next thing I want to talk about is the sales. The only thing I did was I sold 5 shares in August, I think it was, of Broadcom. The reason was because I just want to take some profit off the table and use that money, because I'm short of cash right now. So I used that money to put it back into another companies. £887 of that was a profit. Okay, and which is absolutely amazing. So I took that off the table and basically added to the following companies. So I bought some Salesforce, I bought EQIX, for example. EQIX is basically one of the data center REIT. Canadian Natural Resources, I bought a little bit more of that. Union Pacific, I bought a little bit more. Procter & Gamble is also, I bought 5 more shares. All of that was £2,519, and as you can see here, basically was 1,000 that we actually got from the sales. So the rest of that money came from my basically savings that I've done for the last couple of months. So I'm not actually adding a lot of money to the stock market right now because of that property thing, but once that is paid off, which is basically the end of this month, inshallah, from October onwards, I should be buying more of basically. And my target is always to max my ISA account, which we will talk about in a second. So this is all the buys that I've made since that basically last video we talked about. And here we are when it comes to dividends over the last whatever years, the last 5 years, you could see all basically last 6 years, we have 2,000. Basically that's where we are now. Total dividends that I've received according to Trading 212 is £7,777, which is absolutely amazing. So inshallah, let's see how it goes. Maybe by the time we get to 2028, we will see where we are, inshallah. Now that's the dividends that I've received. This is how much I made in basically realized profits. So if you add the two together, we made £18,842 since I think it was the 10th of May 2020. So for the last 5 years, okay, we made £18,842. Now I've lost a lot. Of course, I've lost some money here and there. So if you take that off, that's still a lot of money. 18,000, closer to the £19,000, and Alhamdulilah, we're still in the green right now. If I sold everything, it will make another at least 12,000 on top of that, which is really good. And this is why you really need to have a strategy. You need to think about the bigger picture. What is it that you're after? Are you after to basically be a millionaire next Tuesday, or are you really genuinely thinking about long-term plan? And if you're thinking about long-term plan, then buy high quality companies, ignore the noise, focus on Sharia-compliant side of things, and just keep buying high quality businesses and just carry on, just as normal. keep working hard, keep saving, and do what you need to do. So I've shared everything with you guys, and the reason I do this is hopefully to inspire 1 or 2 people out there. Just say, you know what, this guy's doing it. It must be true that what he's doing is actually must be doable. Let's go and do it, and hopefully you can do it. And as you can, if I said, like I said earlier, 126,641 was basically the time of recording. Basically how much I had in this portfolio. Okay. £12,500 of that basically gains. If I sold everything right now, that's how much we will make. As you can see, your cost basis, including of course the dividends and all of that, is that much. And the stock ISA right now, £2,260 is what we've actually invested this year. We still have £17,740 to invest, and I promise you, inshallah, by the time we get to April, I would have invested £17,740, if not more. And that's the game, that's the plan, inshallah. Last year we were short of, I think, about, was it £4,000, £5,000, whatever it was. I think we invested about £15,000 last year. That was the first year we didn't max our ISA account, but this year we will definitely be doing that, inshallah, unless there's something crazy happens. And that's the plan. And this is why I still invest every single week. I don't really care whether the markets are up or down. I still invest, because all I'm thinking about is making sure I basically max my ISA account, and that's genuinely the most important thing. Now you can pause the video, so I'm going to quickly just change these things, but you can see here, this is the entire portfolio. So that's the top, basically. There's about 3 screenshots, so I'll show you in a second. So Broadcom, as you can see, we're up quite a lot. ASML is more or less done absolutely amazing job in the last whatever years, months, if not, you know, since the April lows, is done absolutely amazing. Cummins is another company that I said earlier, 84%, 85% up since I bought the company. Really, really great. You can pause the video and have a look at the rest of them. The next screenshot, Union Pacific, and then we got Eli Lilly's, MSCI's, and so on. And as you can see, Reckitt is actually, like I said earlier, is in the green by just 1%, but it's fine. This is one of the companies that I'm not planning to sell anytime soon. I like the dividends, I like the company, I like the fact that they're based in the UK, and so on and so on. AstraZeneca, this is the newish to the portfolio, so 1,100 is still undervalued in my opinion, so I'll be buying more of this company, inshallah, in the next few weeks. Salesforce is another company that I was a little bit disappointed with this one, because it hasn't done much over the last whatever years, and let's see how things go. I'm buying more each week, inshallah, as we move forward, and yeah, let's see where we end up. But I really like the company, but it hasn't done much. And then we've got that right at the bottom of the portfolio, we got basically United Parcel Services, down about 48%, or £3,700 down. Again, like I said, I'm genuinely not worried about it. I'm just going to leave it alone. You know, this one here was almost the same not long ago. Okay, and what happened? It is in the green right now. So I've seen it happen before, and it will happen again. So let's see what happens. And now just going back to the portfolio, and what we're going to do is find Salesforce, because we need to buy a little bit more of this company. So right now, as you can see here, okay, I own 17 shares of this company in this portfolio, is also in the family portfolio as well. So 17 here, my basically price right now 238. The reason why I'm basically in the red is because of, actually no, is because the FX is actually higher. Right, so let's buy 2 shares of this one. So we're going to send that to the market. A lot of that money came from the dividends, like I said earlier. So we just bought 2 more shares. Hopefully that will be executed in the next couple of minutes. There we go. That's done now. 19 shares, $239 basically per share. The next one that we're adding to today is this one here. So it's done quite a bit. So I think a year for the 1 year. For the last 3 months, it's done about 3%. For this month only is down over 3%. So I really like the company. Is one of the best oil companies out there. Oil sector is down quite a lot, so I'm just going to buy £80 worth of this one and just send it to the market and just leave it alone. So far we've fully invested. Everything we have is invested, and that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. If you are enjoying this content and you like what we're doing here, you like the transparency and everything that's going on here, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your family and friends, join us in the Patreon account. The Discord is completely free. If you want to join as well, feel free to do that. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Assalamu Alaikum.